Hello, besties. Welcome back to the Gabby Hour. I'm your host, Gabby Giselle. And on today's podcast episode, girl, we are going to be spilling some tea. We're going to be talking about friendships. I'm going to be explaining to you guys my friendship pyramid, what that means, what it is, and what it consists of, okay? So we're going to be talking about red flags for friends, what I find to be really important when it comes to choosing friends, a couple of stories of me and my friends and certain people that I really love and, just want to share some stories about. So I'm really excited to talk about it because I love my friends. Also, just really quick, can we get a moment for the glam, the outfit? I mean, I feel like this might be a little bit too much, but I'm feeling cute. But yeah, I'm feeling really, really cute today. I was feeling really sad because Jake left town. If you guys don't know, my boyfriend's name is Jake, and he's the best. And I'm really, really sad because I just dropped off Jake at the airport, and sad about it, but it's okay. I'm feeling cute. I'm feeling good. So we're going to get into it today, you guys. I'm really excited to talk about this because I feel like it's crazy. I believe that Trisha Paytas, I don't even know, to be honest with you. The Trisha Paytas theory that like every time Trisha gets pregnant, at some time in her pregnancy, somebody really, really important dies. Okay. And I think it's hilarious because everybody was kind of like, oh, like cross our fingers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we all had the same agenda for this one, the same hopes and dreams. And literally took Ozzy. What? That was not on my bingo card. I did not want that. Honestly, like I haven't seen anything of him since I was probably like 13 and first discovered him, to be honest with you. I'm like, girl, that one of all the people we could have picked. Do you know what I'm saying? Like there's quite a few people we could have picked for that one. And that's the one that reincarnates as Trisha Paytas' next child. Hold on now. I don't know if I'm happy about that. Actually, I do know. I'm not because I was hoping for something else. And rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne. I don't want to like make a joke of like his death or anything, but I can't believe that. That is crazy. I didn't even know that he was, I don't even know how he passed away. I don't know what happened. And I'm sad about it. I think it's really sad because I feel like he was just a good person, like a crazy, fun, talented, entertaining person, lively person. But like to see, just it's sad. So rest in peace, Ozzy Osbourne, and not that they're watching, but condolences to your family. So yeah, I needed to get that out there because like that was crazy. Also, the whole DJT, situation with what's going on and all the deflection and all these other things that are happening politically. I am over it. Can we just get to the next 4 years? Like, can we just skip? And like, can somebody please just like AI invent a time machine? How do we travel back in time? Or no, forward, not back, forward. Okay, found out today that there was a whole investigation of Trump's association with Russia, and that being the leading cause of why he won the 2016 election. And I didn't even know about that. And I'm not a Trump lover. I'm a Trump hater. So that was quite crazy. That was quite crazy, to be honest with you. But we're not going to talk about that today. I just want to like touch on it really quick. Just like, if you don't know what's going on, maybe you should like pay attention to the news. It's not for me. Okay, it's not for me. I'm not having a good time. Also, I'm going to address the elephant in the room. Yes, I don't have nails on. And I am going to paint my nails later. Like, I'm going to do probably like a gel polish from CVS. But, oh my God, like, I ripped off my nails because it was my second fill. I normally don't do fills. My nail girl, shout out Jen. This is her Instagram. It'll also be down below. Love her. She is my nail girl. She's local to me. Does an amazing job. She's been doing my nails for 5 years. and I love her to death. She's also one of just my really good friends. I love her. But after she told me I had green fungus on my fucking nail, I literally was just like, I don't think that I can have that nail on there. Like, I wanted it for the Jessie Reyez concert, the pictures, all that stuff. But I was like, I'm literally looking at my fungus nail and I'm freaking out. What do you mean? What do you mean? So I took it off. I took them all off. And I'm going to let them breathe for a little bit. You know, that was like the most back to back nails I've had. I think I went the whole year with nails. I don't think I've gone a month without nails this year. So that's kind of crazy. But honestly, that's probably not true. That's probably not true. I don't know. It's time for a break. Sometimes I like to take breaks from nails. So I am going to just do some gel. I will get to it later, okay? It's been a crazy busy day. Busy week, okay? Okay, I'm trying my best. I'm literally trying my best. So anyways, let's get into today's topic, which is going to be friendship. Besties forever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, going to Chuck E. Cheese with your bestie and using your 800 tickets to buy like those half hearts BFF necklaces for you and your BFF. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, going to Chuck E. Cheese actually and taking the pictures on like those Chuck E. Cheese cards and having that like in your room displayed. You know what I'm saying? Like, real important. Or like always in your wallet, or like you bring it with you everywhere. Do you know what I'm saying? Or like you posted it on Instagram or Facebook, I guess at the time, or MySpace. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I did. I think I probably posted one of those on MySpace with my best friend Chelsea when we were kids. But nobody who was my age was on MySpace, so only my sister's friends saw that. So sorry to them. But anyways, I have this concept for a lot of like people in my life, right? Like, I'm a very straight up person. I'm a Virgo, if you couldn't tell. I'm a very straight up person. I give people what they give me. I'm very much like, I like to put people in their boxes of where they belong in my life and how important they are, because as somebody who is, you know, kind of, especially right now, like, I'm grinding with content. I really want to like achieve certain things with content creation, YouTube, the podcast, my vlogs, my TikTok, book talk, all these things, right? Like, I have goals in that. I also run my business. Like, I think I mentioned this in the first episode, but like, I run a business. I've been running a business for 5 years, since I was 19 years old, or will be 5 years next March. But I'm a very busy person. And so as an adult, it gets so much harder to make friends, right? Like, it's so hard to expend your energy like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And you have to be very picky with your energy. So like, you know, it's very hard to make friends. So like, how do you make friends in your 20s? And I didn't go to college, so I don't know. This is my hometown. A lot of people who I've known growing up, you know, I still know them. I still see them around town, whatever. I don't even acknowledge most of them, to be honest with you, because I don't care to, because I'm a very much like, I don't waste my energy kind of person. Like, I'm okay. I have never once seen one of my friends in a room, right, that I didn't expect to see them at, whether it's a party, a gathering, a coffee shop, a restaurant, right? I've never seen them and then gone upset with them or held it against them for not like talking to me and pulling me aside and being like, oh my God, hey, blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't care. I actually don't care. I didn't come here to see you. It's nice to see you. And if you like say something to me, I'll be like, oh, hey, cool. You know, whatever. I'll give you one of those like, hey, yeah, hey, you know, like acknowledgement kind of things. But I have never been upset if somebody didn't hit me with like a, oh my God, like, it's so crazy to see you, like, blah, blah, blah. And people get so offended about that sort of thing. And it's like, number one, we're not even that close of friends. So that's like strange anyways. Like, I haven't spoken to you in a month, 2 months, maybe longer. I don't understand why it's a big deal that I didn't speak to you this one time I see you, because you're like not even a constant person in my life. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, even if you are, people are busy. I didn't come to this restaurant, to this coffee shop, to this place to see you. I came here to do what I came here to do. Has nothing to do with you. Doesn't mean I'm not happy to. But like, keep it short, because I didn't come here to see you. I'm a very like no BS, I don't waste time kind of person. So for me, I always like to compartmentalize people because it just works better that way, right? Like it's easier to put people in boxes, and not necessarily of like, you're this kind of person and that's all you'll ever be. More of just like, this is who you are to me, and like that's where you are now. And I'll talk a little bit about like moving people up and down the pyramid, but it's very like, it's not a personal thing. And I think I'm also just a very particular person. I'm also like, I don't have a lot of patience for people. I get easily overstimulated. I don't like when people make me their emotional like therapy friend. Like I don't, I'm not that for a lot of my friends. I'm not like that for a lot of people, because to me it's like, I'm again just so picky with my energy that like, if somebody is constantly coming to me with like, my life is falling apart, this is my problem, this is my problem, this is my problem, this is my problem, blah 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 blah. Well, life is so hard, right? I've been there. I get sometimes you need to like release that to somebody, but I'm not the person, right? Now, if my friends are having problems, here and there, or they're going through a season of their life where, they are struggling a little bit, or they're going through something. Chicken just found a hair tie that has pearls on it, so he's like clicking and clacking. So if you guys hear that, that's my cat Chicken. I'll insert a picture here. But I'm just like, I have people who are very important to me, and I have people who, they're important, just not like particularly for me, right? Like, and then I have people who are like so unimportant, and whatever, I'll talk about it. But because of that, it's also very hard for me to make friends in my 20s. Like, I run a business, so I'm busy. I work 6-7 days a week. I have been working 6-7 days a week since I was 19. Like, I don't play, right? And not to say that I'm better or anything like that. I just mean my life is different. Like, I respect the grind of like going to school. Like, my best friend Layla just graduated, and I'm like, I'm so proud of her, and like I respect that grind, because I didn't like school. I didn't want to go to school. I didn't want to study. I wanted to be a business owner, right? Like, I wanted to do something creative. I wanted to be an actress. So I thought about going to like New York Film Academy, AMDA, going to LA, right? Going to UCLA and studying theater, and then like going on to just try out acting and entertainment. I just like, I didn't like school though. I didn't want to do it. But I really respect people, especially like people who are going to be a doctor or something, where it's like not just those 4 years, but you got to go get like your bachelor's and your master's, and then, all these other things, right? I respect it. So I don't want to say that to be like, I'm just grinding and you don't get it. Like, no, you're just grinding a different way, right? Like, totally different. But I feel like being a business owner too is kind of, it's harder, right, to make friends when you're a young business owner, because I don't fit in with the other business owners. They're all older. They're all in their 40s to like 70s, right? They've been doing this for a long time. They're millionaires, right? Like, they are so high above where I'm at that it's hard for them and me to like relate. I love to look to them for mentorship and meet people. Great. I respect a lot of people who are successful. But for me, like, I also don't fit in with people my age, because owning a brick and mortar business is just so its own thing, right? And it's difficult. It's not for the weak, that's for sure. So it's hard for me to make friends. And I'm sure it's hard for people though in school, because you're studying and it's like you're only seeing the same people every day, right? Like the people that you already know. And when you're going to school, it's not like you can like travel and blah, blah, blah. Like maybe during the summer, but again, like you're probably going to go back to school, especially if you go to school somewhere far from where you live during the summertime at least. So it's kind of like, everybody has their reasons. And so it's like, where do you even meet people? I feel like for me, where I've met people is, through other friends, like friends I've had for a long time, right? Like through my friend Maddie, I've met so many awesome people. I've met so many people that are currently in my life, right? Through her, I met my boyfriend pretty much. Like, she's the reason we met. And that's a great way to meet people, is through your other friends, right? Like your other friends inviting you to events at their houses or for their birthdays or whatever, and then introducing you to their friends, and then it just being like a big circle of friends, right? Like, that's awesome. I've met people from my hobbies. Like, I have a book club. I started a book club. I hosted at my business, and I love it. I've met some new people through that. I've also met new people through coffee shops and specifically like kava bars in my area. I live in Southwest Florida and it's very popular, right? It's like non-alcoholics, that's sober environment. Everybody goes. There's like a very chill, awesome environment. There's tons of different bars. Again, they're not selling any alcohol, but it's like herbal teas, coffee, matcha, kava, other things. And it's really cool because they're open late usually. And each place has their own vibe. You meet different people at different places. And I've gone through quite a few places where I've been regulars at, like 3 different places that I've been a hardcore regular at, right? In the last 5 years that I've been going to these places. And, you know, every place has their own thing, but I've met so many different people, so many cool people too. Like people that I really like and appreciate and find interesting and who are important to me today. Like I've met through that, like super cool. I guess like if you're in school, you would meet people at school or like parties. I'm just not a big party person. I guess people meet at like bars and stuff, but again, I don't really like to drink. It's not my scene. So I don't meet a lot of young people my age that are going out to go drinking. I have in the past, like I went through a phase probably 2 years ago where I was going out a lot, but I got tired of that real quick and then got wifed up and now we at home. Do you know what I'm saying? Like me and my man in bed by 9. So, or I'm going to these like kava bars, but they're chill, right? Like they're very calm, chill environment, very community based, great places to meet people my age in my area. So I really like that. Anyways, we're going to talk about the friendship pyramid. I'm going to insert a little graphic here so you guys can see, and we're going to talk about it. Okay, so as you can see, this is the friendship pyramid. The friendship pyramid goes as follows from top to bottom. Okay, besties. Okay, these are your besties. You hang out with them, you love them. Okay, you can spend multiple days with these people, and you will fight, but you will have a good time. Okay, like these are like your sisters type besties. Okay, you see them often, probably at least once a month, if not like once a week, if not like every day. Okay, depending on your lifestyle. Again, for me, it's hard to see my besties all the time, but it's like maybe 2 or 3 times a week. I would say I see a bestie. Okay, period. Underneath besties is low maintenance besties. These are long distance, low maintenance besties. Okay, they can be long distance, they can be low maintenance, usually the same. Like my friend Layla, known her since high school, we're besties, but she's low maintenance. Every 3 months we catch up on FaceTime. We have like a 45-minute long FaceTime. I catch her up on my life. She catches me up on her life. Sometimes she comes back into town because, this is our hometown. She'll come into town. We'll hang out for a night, something quick, something easy. And then, I don't see her for like another 6 months. And she's awesome. I love her to death, but she's low maintenance. Like I don't have to talk to her that much. I have besties who live out of state in Cali that I still talk to. Awesome. They're low maintenance besties. They're really sweet. They're really nice. Whatever. I'm trying to think who else is long distance. Oh my gosh. I can't think anymore. Oh my God. Sorry if I forgot you and you're like my low maintenance long distance bestie. I literally can't think. Anyways, underneath that is friends that I like to be around, right? Like friends that I would choose to be around them, right? Like if I'm thinking, hey, where am I going to go hang out today? Am I going to go hang out at this coffee shop or am I going to go hang out over there where I know girl is at? If I'm hanging out over there because you're there rather than where I originally was planning to or maybe like was thinking of going to, you're a bestie. You're a friend I like, right? So we're friends. Like, hey, girl, I love to hang out with you. I'll make plans with you. I'll follow through on plans with you, just maybe not that often. Maybe like once a month, max like twice a month. Okay. Like I like you, but for us to hang out one-on-one, a task that I don't make a lot of time for. And I probably should make more time for. Max like 3 times a month. Okay. Like total, like no more than that. And these are great people. These are people that I really like to be around. Like Izzy, my friend who works at one of the coffee bars I like to go to, she's one of those friends. And she's a new friend. And I met her through her job. And so like, I really like hanging out with her. I think she's really fun. Like she's somebody, we haven't hung out outside of where she works, obviously. But she is somebody that I would follow through on a plan like that because I think that she'd be an awesome vibe to be around. My friend Lindsay, she is somebody that I met through Maddie at the coffee bar that she works at. And, I don't see her very often. Like, recently I've seen her a lot, but in the past, maybe once every 6 months, like I had seen her until like 2 years ago when I was a hardcore regular. Then I'd see her all the time. Like, I love to see her. I love to catch up with her. Like, she's one of those people too that like is a low maintenance friend. And so like, I don't see her very often. It's always like nice when I see her, and she gives such good hugs. She's a very awesome hugger. And she's like one of those friends. I'm trying to think who else. Sorry. I'm literally like, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, people I've seen recently. And then below that is friends that I tolerate. Like, maybe at one point you were a friend that I liked, and now there's something about you that bothers me. But I still like you. It's just, I don't probably answer all your texts or calls. I probably don't come up to you when I see you in public because I don't necessarily like want to talk to you necessarily, but it's not that I don't. Like, I think that you're a good person, you're chill, like, and there are redeeming qualities. It's just kind of like, it stresses me out to be around you, so I can't be around you that much. Do you know what I'm saying? These are usually people who, again, I feel like try to use me as their like emotional support friend, and I can't do that. And it's just like, it's not your fault. I get it. You're an emotional person, or you're going through lots of stuff. But it's just, I don't feel like we have that connection that I feel I'm the first person you should be going to. But I don't want to tell you that because maybe I am. For you, just you wouldn't be who I'd go to for me. And as somebody who's been there, like, I'll let you talk to me about your stuff. And I'll listen to you because I don't know what you're going through really deep down. I don't know the extent of, like, your pain. And when I was in the phases of my life where I was in a lot of pain, if I had a friend that I ranted to, which I didn't really, I didn't talk to people about what I was going through, probably would have helped. Even though, because I just feel like an inconvenience. And that's a me thing for sure. Like, that's probably not, I know that's not healthy. So I'll listen, but just know if I'm kind of like, oh, damn, like, that sucks, and not engaging much with you, I probably am, and you're probably the friends that I tolerate. And it's, again, I feel like tolerate is a little bit aggressive. Maybe we change that to friends I don't mind. Okay, I like that more because tolerate felt very aggressive. We're going to rename it. Scratch it out. Scratch that out. Friends, I don't mind. Okay? Then below that, we have our acquaintances. And acquaintances are on the same level, but they're split into two separate categories. So they're the same level of importance in my life, and they get, the least amount of my energy. Also, I'm realizing now that the pyramid should probably be like backwards. So like upside down. Because I'm like less energy to these people, more energy to these people. Like, does that... Yeah, we're going to have to turn around. We're making changes to the pyramid as we go. It's okay. I'm going to have all the drafts. They're already done. Okay? I'll fix it. And so these are acquaintances on one side that I do like versus acquaintances that I don't like. Do you know what I'm saying? So these are acquaintances that, like, maybe I know you through my friends that I like, but I don't really like you. So I kind of hold you at a distance. And sometimes I be saying things to you that you're kind of like thinking in your head, like, maybe she doesn't like me. I probably don't. Like, if I do it often, I probably don't like you. And you're an acquaintance that I don't like. And if, I just kind of like say hi to you and blah, 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 like, I like that person, but they're not special to me. And like, I feel like there's too many differences, right? This is also where a lot of people who have like differing political views from me that aren't like in your face or aggressive or disrespectful or outright rude, but I know like you're a Trumpy. Maybe not necessarily that you are like super, like, hardcore supporter. You're just kind of like, you voted for him. That's where I keep those people. Like, you're not necessarily a nuisance in my life, but you don't need to know any of my personal details. Like, you're nice to me in public, I'll be nice to you. I'm nice to pretty much everybody whenever I meet them. Like, I'm chill with people. Anyways, let me get a sip of water. Oh my God, I gotta crack open my new can. I have a root beer, and I'm not really sure. It's a root beer with that stuff I was talking about earlier, that herbal tea stuff. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. I like that. It's just kind of too warm and too fizzy, but that's okay. So yeah, I have the acquaintances at the bottom, the ones I like, the ones I don't like, and then underneath that, I would put strangers. Like people who hold doors open for me, people who, I see in the elevator, or who are waiting for the elevator next to me, or want me to hold it for them for a second. Like, I'm nice to you when I need to be. Probably ask you how your day's going. Never talk to you again. Right? So, like, I put strangers at the bottom. But the next thing I wanted to talk about with this pyramid is where people can move on this pyramid, because they can. Besties can be gone. Right? Like, if something serious happens with a bestie, right, they'll be gone. But sometimes besties can move to low maintenance besties. Like, my friend Layla, when she lived here, when we went to high school together, I'd see her every day. That was my bestie. Now she's a low maintenance bestie because I don't see her that often, right? And sometimes they can move back and forth, because I would say that with Maddie at one point was my bestie. Seeing her every day, spending all this time together, going out, doing this, doing that. And then when I got into a relationship, and she was still kind of wanting to go out all the time, and we had a little bit of beef, she went to my low maintenance bestie, but I still felt like she was my best friend. It's just I needed that distance from her because of something that happened, right? And I was in a relationship, so I was spending all my time with my boyfriend. We had moved in together. He was my world, and he's been my world for the last 2 years. Oh my God, my friend Bree just texted me that she got the things that I ordered her. She's having a baby, and I'm so excited. She finally posted on Instagram, so now I can talk about it, like, publicly. I mean, not that I was thinking about it, talking it before, but she has been kind of like low-key about it, and obviously, like, she's been showing for a while now because she's gonna give birth in September, and I think that her baby's coming out on my birthday. I swear that baby's coming out on my birthday. I promise you it's coming out on my birthday. I can feel it. Okay, I can feel that baby is coming out on my birthday. She's gonna have a Virgo baby. I'm so excited for her. Going to her baby shower, but I ordered her Amazon stuff because she had like a registry. I ordered it yesterday, so that's really cool that it all came now. I didn't get her anything big. She didn't have much big stuff on there. I thought she would have had like a stroller or like all those other things, because for my other friend, my man and I got her a stroller for, whatever it was that she wanted, or a car seat or something. I forget what it was, but that sort of stuff was on the list. So for my other friend who gave birth earlier this year, but for my friend Brie, she didn't have anything big on there, anything other than like diapers, I think was the most expensive thing on there, but they were like out of stock, so you couldn't order them. So that's really cool that she just texted me. She said she got them. But anyways, so like I said, like, besties can go from like besties to low maintenance and then back to besties, depending on the time, depending on the season, depending if we're beefing, right? Because like the besties that are at the top, they're like sisters. Like, it would take like a really horrible thing that you did to me, not an argument, because in an argument, sometimes you both say shit that is like disrespectful. But if you did something to me, like hardcore horrible to me, I would drop you, no problem. I have no problem dropping people. It really isn't hard for me. I can flip the switch because I know my worth, and it would feel weird, but I wouldn't feel lost, because I'm never going to lose a person who disrespects me at that level that it would take for me to knock you out and you become a stranger to me. Like, it would take a lot, but it would happen. Like, I have no problem. I promise you, I ain't got no problem cutting nobody off. Low maintenance besties, I think they would, again, have to do something, that is giving friend I don't like for me to really like push them down in that category. Like they would really have to do some behavior and it changed something about like their personality, like something big, right? Like not like you did some shit like you got too drunk or something and then like I had to take care of you and I'm annoyed about it. And then I feel like the friends I like and the friends I don't mind are gonna be just like they flip-flop back and forth. And like again, if they move away or if like I don't see them for a long time, they'll become acquaintances. So everybody could pretty much move down, but besties I feel like are the only ones that I would put all the way to the bottom down, like skip all the levels to the way down, versus everybody else would just probably move down one, right? Or max two, not the whole list, right? So I feel like also friends that I don't mind or that I tolerate can't be besties ever, but they can become strangers. Do you know what I'm saying? Like they can move all the way down, but they can never move all the way up. And then acquaintances will probably always stay there, because if I liked you enough for me to make you my friend, you would never have been an acquaintance off rip, because I can tell immediately when people are going to be my friend. Like I can tell your energy without even saying a word, right? And then based on our first interaction together, I can tell like immediate. Because again, I'm a very particular person about where I put my energy, and like I feel like my boobs are out, and you know who I let be my friends. And not because like I think I'm better, I just think I'm different from you and we're not gonna work. And I don't have a lot of time or energy to put into friends. So when I do, it's friends that I'm hardcore friends with. So I kind of want to finish off with talking about like when it comes to this like friends and like how I view them type B. I really feel like I do have non-negotiables for people that I consider friends, especially if I consider you a best friend. You and I cannot be best friends if you have differing political views than me on my rights as the daughter of immigrants, my family's rights who are immigrants, me as a woman. I could not be friends with you if you vote in direct opposition to me or any part of me, right? Like if I voted for not passing gay marriage, I probably wouldn't have gay friends. I don't think that would make sense. Do you know what I'm saying? And if I was somebody who was gay and my friend voted in opposition of me being able to get married just like everybody else, I probably wouldn't want to be your friend. So those types of subjects, like anything that has to do with attacking something that I am for your own benefit, right? You're selfish and you don't care enough about me to prioritize me and my well-being. Why would I want to be your friend? Plain and simple. I don't have to hate you for your beliefs. I don't actually. If you're a horrible person with those beliefs, yeah. But there are horrible people who believe the same way that I do, politically, spiritually, in regards to like religions and friendships and my standards on things, relationships. We can agree and you would still be a horrible person. I wouldn't like you. And if you are a horrible person and we disagree on those things, obviously I don't want to be your friend. So that's like a definite, especially in today's day and age. Like I am pretty sure nobody that I surround myself with often and who I'm close with would vote in opposition to me. Do you know what I'm saying? And who I am. So yeah, that is important to me. I also have like, I really hate people who are disrespectful to service industry people, like anybody who is a server, bartender, the person taking your luggage at a hotel, the person parking your car at a valet. Like if you are disrespectful to people who are providing you a service for no reason other than you just need to take out your anger on somebody else, we cannot be friends. If you're rude to restaurant people and just anybody at a counter, anybody taking your order, anybody, cleaning your car, anybody cleaning your house, you're disrespectful to anybody like that, can't be friends. Cannot be friends. Now, I also can't be friends with people who fight. And I'll tell you why. Not because I don't want to fight, because I will. I will. But because I take things way too personally. And if people are beating on my friend, I'm blacking out. And, like, I can't do that. Like, I ride or die for my friends. So, like, if you be getting messy, I can't be getting messy with you because it will be the messiest, okay? I cannot be friends with people who fight. It's just a no-go. I don't like it. I don't want to deal with it because then if you make every time we go out a whole thing, I don't want it, right? I don't want it. I cannot hang out with women and or men who are so focused on relationships, sex, just all of it, more than themselves or their business or their work or their schooling or their creative endeavors, their hobbies, their friends. If you put the search of a man or a woman or sex ahead of focusing on yourself and your friends all the time, I can't be a friend. I cannot. I cannot be friends with people like that. It is a no for me. Because when I got together with my boyfriend, that was like the first time that I'd cut off all my friends. I didn't cut off my friends. Okay, let's be clear. I didn't cut off all my friends. I did cut off my best friend because of something that she said about my relationship. And I found it, hey, like that's messed up because, I wasn't going out as much. I wasn't hanging out every night at the bar as much because, I'm going home to my man. Like, me and my man are hanging out. Like, we're going on dates. We're watching movies. Like, beginning stages, you're in the honeymoon stage. You want to spend all this time together. And like, I don't feel like our honeymoon stage has ended. And we're 2 years in. But, it is definitely different where now we do have kind of like our separate lives again. But we still, like, I love him. Like, he's the best, right? Like, I dropped him off today. I'm like literally crying on my way home after I drop him off at the airport because I'm like, this is so sad. Like, I'm not going to have my best friend here for 5 days. Like, this is the worst. And, I did distance myself from that friend and I distanced myself from other people for no reason. Like, they didn't do anything wrong. I just kind of like took a step back because I was like spending all this time with my man. But that was the first time I'd ever done that for a man in my life, right? Like, I've never taken a step back from my friends to hang out with a man all the time. Okay. And so, I was having a moment, but I still like talked to them. I still texted and answered and sent reels and funny videos that made me think of them. Like, I was always still around and I was still focusing on myself, but I wasn't giving that much energy anymore to my friends. So, that I did do that, but it's not like people who move from one guy to the next every other week, every other month, every 3 months. There's a new guy that they're so obsessed with and blah, 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 and wanting to go places just to see these dudes and their whole world revolving around these dudes or these girls or finding the next guy who's going to give them that, whatever. Like, I can't be friends with people like that because, girl, get a grip. Especially women, because it's like, men, I expect that. But women, like, get a grip. Like, hey, I love a good smutty book just as much as the next gal. Like, I have a man, like, trust me, I get it. But you have got to get that under control because that has to do with your self-worth. And, like, you are so focused on one thing. And that one thing is, like, it's not doing you no favors. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that important. I also think that I really cannot be friends with people who don't grow. Like, if you are still the same from when I met you, and it's been 3, 4, 5, 10 years since I've known you, and you're still the same, doing the same shit with the same people, not growing, And there's a difference between like grinding at the same job, like trying to make it up the ladder, like climb the corporate ladder. You know, you have to show like a little bit of growth. I think I've shown a lot of growth in the last 5 years of my life. I love to see people come out of their shells, come into themselves, find themselves, learn who they are. And like I'm on that journey too. So it's like, it's nice to see those people growing and changing and evolving. Like my man, totally different from when we met, but like he's still the same person with the same heart. But you know, his life's different now. Like we're very different people now, in good ways, in bad and sad ways, of course, but also like in a good way, like in an overall good way. And I think that's how it should be. We should always be growing. And that doesn't mean that you're always getting better. That means that, you know, sometimes you're down here and sometimes you're up here and whatnot, but you're still moving forward, right? Like you're not staying here and just like ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs, but like you're moving forward, right? Like in a relationship, Jake and I were talking about this the other day. It's very important to kind of have, you know, you're moving towards something. Like, you know, like there's always kind of like your connection is growing, your relationship is growing, like you're working towards a future with this person. And if you're not moving that, like if you're not moving your relationship from like, you know, we're hanging out to we're sleeping over to we're spending whole days to we're, you know, being intimate to we're going on vacations to we've met each other's families to living together, you know, whatever. Like Jake and I did those in whatever order you want to do them. Jake and I did them completely opposite order. But yeah, like, and, you know, you just have to keep moving. And if you're not, you know, your relationship's kind of like, you get to the point where you're like, this isn't going anywhere. Like, what am I doing here? Right. And it's like the same for you. Like, as a person, I always want to see my friends and my family growing, right? Like, the people I love, I want to see them growing, doing better, whatever. So, yeah, that's pretty much like my non-negotiables for being friends, and like people that are funny and who like to laugh and who like to dance and who are open and very much themselves. I love to spend time with people who are not worried about what other people are thinking constantly. Like they're too scared to like dance and go out and have a good time and be loud and laugh and be outlandish because they're worried about like being too much or, you know, whatever. Like I don't have anybody who in my life who's nonchalant or chill. Like I'm not that person. I don't know those people. Like they are not my friends. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I really have for my people. Like I love all my friends. Like some of the people I mentioned, you know, throughout the pod, they're awesome people. I love spending time with them. So I'm very particular with who I do spend my time with and how much of that time, because again, like I wake up in the morning at 6:30, go to work. I work all day till 3:30. I either come home and I'm immediately like filming, running errands, cleaning, cooking, whatever, or I go to the gym and then do all those other things. And I'm working on like building the podcast and like my TikToks and my vlogs and things like that. Like I'm working on editing and growing my skills and all these other things. And so I don't have a lot of time. And I did that to myself, you know, like obviously I chose that. So whoever I choose to give my time and my energy to, I'm very particular with. But in a good way, like not in like a I'm better than people or anything like that kind of way. Just in the sense of like I don't got a lot of time, so I'm particular where I spend it. And I think a lot of the people that I spend it with are worthy of it. And, you know, I hope I'm worthy of their time as a friend, as a bestie. So, anyways, let's get into my yuck and yums of the week, okay? My yuck of this week. I tried for the first time the Dreamsicle Alani or whatever it's called, creamsicle or whatever. I hated that. That was disgusting. I don't know who said that that was good, but it is not good. Okay, it's like it's horrible. It's way too sweet. I don't like it. I'm gonna stick to my pink slush. I'm gonna stick to my magic stardust or whatever that one's called, the purple one. I'm gonna stick to my cherry, right? Like, or what is that one called? Hawaiian punch. Fire. Okay. I'm never having that Alani ever again. The dreamsicle, creamsicle, lime, whatever the hell. I don't even know. Disgusting. Just gross. Absolutely not. And my yum of this week, we're going to talk about a book this week because I'm very excited. First of all, I finished listening to all of the Empyrean series, so Fourth Wing, Iron Flame, and Onyx Storm on audio. Today, I finished them, so so good. Literally, and Onyx Storm was so much better the second time around. The first time around, I was so confused. There was just so much going on, especially at the end. And I think I finally understood it because I listened to the audio. So highly recommend you do that if you were kind of lost with Onyx Storm. Or that you found Iron Flame really hard to get through, because I did. And I liked it. It was just really just hard for me to like push through that book. But I did like it. I wish I would have listened to it first. But if you had that problem with any of her books, definitely listen, because they're so good. And they're still good the second time around. Like, that's how you know a book is good, if it holds up. Okay? Like, it is so beautiful. Ugh, love it. Anyways, the new book that I'm reading, though, and I started this last week, I think. I'm about 130 pages in, 130 something, 137 pages in, into Abby Jimenez's Just for the Summer. And I know I'm late on this, but whatever. It's summertime. I've been going to the beach and like going to pool parties and getting a tan and living my Southwest Florida lifestyle. So I wanted to tune into it with like a summer book. So I've only been reading this when I'm like outside and like doing things all day. And I love it. Like it's so fun. It's so cute. I really, really like the premise. So I'm going to kind of explain to you. This is I would say like a contemporary romance. This is just a very cute slice of life type romance. It takes place in modern day, and it follows Emma and what's his name? Justin? Yes, Justin. And both of these characters have a very complicated home lifestyle. Like Emma's relationship with her mother is very, there's struggles there. And so is Justin's, but like there's a lot of his whole family dynamic because he has siblings, something going on with his whole family dynamic that's going to change that is pretty heavy for him too. Whereas Emma just has her mom, right? I mean, they're both horrible and stressful and like a lot, obviously, but I just mean Emma has her mom, and then Justin has his mom plus his whole family. Anyways, so Justin posted a story on a Reddit page called Am I the Asshole? It's like really popular. You've probably seen it on TikTok. People read these entries that people put online. And they basically tell a story. And he tells this story of the fact that he named his ugly duckling little dog from the shelter after his friend Chad. Really turns out to be Brad. But I named it after him because what happened is he was dating a girl. They ended things. She ended up dating him, and now they were getting married. Okay? And this wasn't the first time this happened to him. He has this happen to him a lot, where he's kind of like the good luck charm for these other girls to date him and then find the love of their life after him. Like literally it's happened like multiple times, right? So Emma's reading this entry on Reddit, and she's talking to her friend. And Emma is a traveling nurse. She works with her friend, who's really like her foster sister, and they're a really good dynamic. They love each other, and they move every like 3 months or whatever to work in different places, and they just want to like travel the States and practice nursing or whatever they do. And she ends up messaging Justin online and being like, hey, like this happens to me also. Like I am always like a luck charm. Have you ever been invited to the weddings before? And like blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yes, like this, that, and the other. And they begin texting. And Emma ends up convincing her sister or foster sister, I think her name is Wendy. I forget her name. Whatever her name is. But she ends up convincing her to go to where he lives. And I believe I feel like I should know this, Maine? Something like that. Somewhere up north. Let me see. I don't remember. Whatever. And so she ends up going. They end up staying on this little island in a cabin, working at this like famous hospital. and they go and agree that him and her, if they date and they go on a couple of dates and then break up, it should cancel it out for each other, so then they can find their soulmates after. And so they're kind of going under this premise, and then they meet in person, and it's just so cute. And there's so much, and of course, like, I'm just in the beginning, like, I'm maybe a third or a quarter of the way through, but I'm so in love with these characters. Like, they are making me giggle and kick my feet. They are such a fun time. Like, I'm having so much fun with them. So I think it's like, for me, I'm really enjoying it because it feels very warm and cozy and cute and romantic, but not in like a cringy way. Like, it's very genuine. Like, I believe the romance. Do you know what I'm saying? Because we've all kind of done the thing where we like met a guy on vacation and then like texted them and got their number, right? Or like maybe you've met somebody like online on like a dating site, but they don't really live where you're at full time. They're just like vacationing or whatever. And it's kind of like, oh my God, like, did I meet the love of my life? But they're from like the other side of the world. Like, I don't know. Like, maybe not everybody has experienced that, but I definitely have. So it's kind of like, and like, even if they're not like long distance or anything, but just like the texting, I thought would be cringy. But you kind of like remember like those butterfly feelings you get when you text somebody for like the first time, like when you're first talking, and like you're kind of like, oh, like trying to be flirty over text. It's very cute. So like, I really, really am enjoying this story, and I like Abby Jimenez's writing. Yeah, I'm like enjoying it. They're very like normal people with like normal lives, and I really enjoy that. So highly recommend if you haven't picked this up because you're kind of like, oh, it's trendy. Like, I don't know if it's actually good. It is good. I'm enjoying it, and definitely follow me on TikTok if you want to check out like how I actually feel about this, because I'm sure I'll post about it on there. But yeah, I'm having a great time. So I highly recommend. All right, we're coming up on the end of this episode, guys. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure if there's anything else I have to talk about. I feel like that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know what your non-negotiables for your friends are. Let me know how you feel about the friendship pyramid. And let me know your craziest friendship breakup story in the comments, because I would love to know. I would love to know. And tell me all the tea about how you and your bestie broke up. I want to know what she did. What did he do? They do. Um, I love to be in the tea when it's not my tea. Do you know what I'm saying? So let me know. And yeah, make sure you follow the podcast on TikTok. Make sure you follow us on Instagram. It really, really helps. Check out the other episodes. This is episode 18, I believe. Yeah, 18. So go check out the other 17 episodes. They're all pretty great, if I do say so myself. So yeah, I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys later. Bye.